Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel for a new video. So, creative mode has come out, well, now more than a week ago, and people have been making awesome posts. Honestly, I've never seen my recommended page be so beautiful. And so I thought, why not help you maybe with my little advice on how to make one of my a post like mine. For example, I love to make posts like this one with the lion or the Daruma-san post. So today I will be explaining my thought process, how I choose items, etc. And I hope I will be able to help you a bit. So first off, we will go into creative mode, because if we are not there, we can't do anything. Also, a new shop came out, but it is not the point of today. So for my posts like this, I never use a model because I make full post no models like my lion and Daruma. So I will just select a random thing, and then I will go in this section and remove both of those to have in here 0 pressure value. That is very important because pressure value can ruin your post. For my Daruma post, I was really stuck at the end because I had to find an item, 2 items black for 14 value, I remember well. It was really hard, so make sure to always check this part to see if you have enough. Then what I always do is I have a reference in general of what I want to do. Like I will, for example, Daruma, I had a picture of Daruma. For the lion, I had a reference of a lion. And so in here today I wanted to make Monokuma from the Ganrompa, if I'm pronouncing it well. And so right next to my, with SuitU, I have a picture of Monokuma to help me out, to see the proportion, how to do it. And so for this, I will be starting off by putting a little black background because it's easier for me to work with a base that is black than white. I don't know, everyone has its own way of working, but for me it's easier that way. And I always choose the one in this section because this costs 9, while the shirts I used to use when creative mode was not here, they costed, now they cost 18, I remember well, or something. So yeah, I always take this one. It's easier for pressure value. And I'm putting it, this part as high as possible because it's more black than the rest. I'm trying to put it in the middle, because Monokuma has half white and half black, so I think it's cool to do white over black and black over white. And then my biggest advice now will be to not think line wise. I will not be going like for example, I know a lot of people, that is not the way I work. It works for a lot of people, but I see lots of posts where people simply take the black top and make lines with it, and that's not how I will be working today. Like for example, they would, put it here, duplicate, put it right next to it, and then fill, etc. But that is not the way I will work. I will work like I paint in real life. I go by layers. So you see Monokuma has white and black. I will start with a white and black base. I don't start with the line. I start with the shape, making the round face and then the ears, and that is the base shape that is really important. That way it costs less pressure value, and I will finish with the line, so it will still be there, but it will be less outstanding. So to choose my items, what I do is in here I need black and white, black and white. So I go into this little logo, scroll down to the end, and in here I select black and white, and or because I don't need an item with end, so I select or, so I will have only black items and only white items. That way it is much more easier, to find the right things we need. I'm simply going to real quick see, okay, where I will stop. So it is right here. And I will move really quick my background because it's a little too much to the right. And then with my little selection, I will go to the items like the clothes, because clothes always cost less than decor. And I go to my go-to items maybe, or you know, right now it's a big base, so I need big items. So I think I will go with the skirt I use in my lion post, so this one. I will be going with this one. So first off, Monokuma has its ears, so right here, and then the second one I will put it here. This should be the, maybe I will put it a little more like this. And let's still check how it looks in here. So yeah, I will be making the rest in here. This should be the right size. So this is the ear. And I will try to find another skirt to do the one right on the other side. I'm trying to match, you know, the size. And then I'm trying to match the, in here, I don't remember how it's called, rotation. And then I'm trying to put them right in front of each other. And this is my ears. These are my ears for now, of course. We may change them in the future, we don't know yet. This way of working, of, you know, not making lines, also help with layers in general, not only the pressure value, because one of the big problems of creative mode is to switch layers, you only have 2 arrows. And it is extremely hard when you have to put an item that is on the top to the bottom. It is so tiring, so long and all. So this is why ending with the line is much more easier. So now I'm going to try and make the right side with, you know, the same skirt that I will be moving to make it look like a circle. And as you can see in here, I see it's already maybe a bit too big, so I will be downsizing my skirts. And so, you know, this skirt is a base skirt. For now, all I used was base items, maybe not this one. But like, you can always switch to another skirt, you know, dyes and all. This is why creative mode is also really awesome in my opinion. It's, you don't have to have so many pay to win items to make good posts. And so, you know, as I'm looking at my picture right next to my game, I see that the ear is maybe too small to fit well, so I will be making it slightly bigger, and then I will be doing it on the left side after I put on the other stuff. And as I said right before, in here I will be making it slightly bigger to, you know, fit the shape better. And as you can see, my shape should be okay. I will simply in here finish the little hole we got here. So I will take the same skirt once again, duplicate, and in here I will make it fit right here and right here. So this was, in my opinion, the most important thing, because right now we have our based work, and this is the most important, to be able to, you know, make the elements fit in it, to make sure it all goes well all together, you know, to place, for example, in here I have a nose, I will know I will be placing it here, etc. This is why it is extremely important that it is the right size. No one cares if, you know, for example, in here I use a ton of items, it's not clean, but the shape in itself is clean enough to be able to make a good post. And in here, checking again. You know, right now what I badly planned was I wanted to keep it a square, but due to me not making it small enough, I will have to use this way of posting instead of square. That is the kind of things that can be annoying. So now I will be moving on to the eyes because that is the next thing to put on the base. Like, I'm really thinking layers to layers. So we start with the base, you know, the face in general, the head. Then we start with the eyes because the nose may cover the eyes, you know, the brows may cover the eyes. Then we go with the eyes, as I said, and then we'll go with the mouth because the nose can be over the mouth, etc. Then if there are brows, I will go with the brows, and then I finish with the nose because it can go over the rest. See what I mean? You know, the mindset. Really think of what is on the bottom and what is coming over it. So we will be going on with our eye. And for this, I will be changing my selection because I will do the one on the right side as it is the hardest. I will here deselect black and white and I will go with red because, well, it's a red eye. And then go back to the closest to check which items I have. So the eye is pretty sharp and I think if I had a sharp top, it could be nice. And this is why it gets tough, you know, finding the right items, and especially since if, for example, 15 is way too much, 10 is way too much, you know what I mean? You're gonna be careful over these two. Don't hesitate to take time to see every single thing you got, because it could really save you your posts in general. I think this is nice, but it will be paired with something else or something because it's not sharp enough. Or, as I work with layers, if needed, I can make it sharper by simply putting another black skirt over it. This is another way. For example, you just take a big red item, you place it here, and then with the black items you got, you can make the shape. But I will be making a general shape with this, and then I will clean up with the skirts. So it can't be too big, as, well, it gotta fit. And then I'm trying to, you know, make the same shape as the picture. And as you can see, it's quite messy, and this is why we'll be going with all maybe skirts, maybe top, but you know, to keep the same colors, I will be going with the skirt for now. And we'll try to make the shape sharper. And this is the general shape we'll use. Maybe in here we'll be making the red still a little bit bigger, so I will be getting another of the hats, and I will be, if my game works, I will be putting it in the right place. So I only want the sharp, so I will be taking another skirt to cover the round shape because it's a bit too round for me. And there we have our first eye. And then we'll be making the little black one on the left side. I could take you know, another of the same skirts, but it would be quite a lot of pressure value at some point. So I will be removing the red in here and taking the black and white. Oh, well, just black for now. We'll do the white later. And then this is what I like to do. I use the top I always use in my post like this. It's this one that costs only 2. And I first place it, well, I can place it like this at 360, well, 0, it's the same. I'm trying to match in here the same place. make it slightly bigger like this. And then I duplicate. And in here I got to 180, oh no, 90 degrees. Oh man, I stopped math this year, you know, I feel it. Then I duplicate and I go to 45 degrees more, if I count well. I'm not sure anymore, I'm just so bad at math. Then I duplicate and I do the same thing again. So I already did 0, so it's useless to do this one, 180. We'll do to this one, and etc, etc, until we get a pretty round shape. And as long as it's the same size, you can add as many as you want, because it will end up a circle, you know. If you put a little dot at the middle, you put everything at the same size, it ends up, it's simply geometry. So yeah, and here we got both of our eyes. Next up, we'll do the mouses, because we got two, we got the one on the left side and the one on the right side. I will start with the right side because it's much harder than the left side. For this, I will be going to the white, so in here, white. And I will select one of the top I used to, this one. It's really good, especially for mouses, you know. I can simply add them like this. This is why I'm choosing them. This is the top I used, for example, for the teeth in my lion post. I don't know if you see what I mean. You can simply go to my lion post, to be honest, and check what I did with which item. It could maybe help you, I'm not sure. So it also all depends on the nose. So in here it will take a lot of place. So I know I will have to put the teeth around here. And there we go. I think this will be our first one. And then I simply add more and more tops until I get to the corner. And then, just as we did before, we'll do some little cleanup with the same skirts. So we go to our items and go to our skirts. I could use the same top as here because it costs less, but I still want the same colors and all, so it doesn't stand out too much. And there we go, and then finally we got the little, you know, black between the teeth, so we will be going to our top this time. So this, and I will be making the shape between the teeth, because this can get really small. So I put it at 90 degrees and I make it really small. And as you can see, I moved it slightly, but the most important thing is to keep, at least for monokuma, I keep the same rotation for each top. Even though I'm moving it as I make each teeth, I'll keep the same rotation to make it okay. And in here, I'm at 78, so the next one will be 78 again and again. And there we go, we got our first mouth. So we gotta do the left side now, which is only black. So easy. We'll be going with the top because it's much more manageable than the skirts. I'm making it bigger, and then I will make it match the same size at the beginning of this mouth. So I will be making sure it makes a line like the separation we got in here. And there we go. Now I will be making the nose. That's why it's messy. It's because it will be covered by the rest. Don't worry, it will be covered. So we got the nose. We'll start with the white, not with the black. Once again, I think shapes, I don't think lines. So we will start by making the nose shape before making the line. So we'll take our white top again, making it bigger, and let's start. So or you know, like right now I'm having doubts, so I will be instead taking the skirt because it's whiter. And this is why it's good to make the shape, because I immediately saw that this wasn't the right color for me, so now I can immediately switch to skirts. And this is the basic shape of the nose, the only white part of the nose. Then I will be making the black part. But first off, before making the black part, I'm singing the mouth. So we will make the shape of the mouth too. So I will separate it from the nose with black tops. That's why I'm doing it now. It's because I will have to separate them anyways. Though this part will be smaller since well, it's much smaller than the nose. And there we go, we got the mouth and the nose. Then we will be moving on with the black tops. So duplicating, and then in here we'll start by making the little, I don't remember, the tip of the nose maybe? Tip? Maybe. This is easy with this stuff because I simply have to do this, and then I will be adding another one to make it perfect. And now I'm starting the lines. And now I simply make end adjustments, so maybe adding some little things to make it look prettier. For example, in here I modified the ear to make it more pointy, then I will add a line, you know, to make it more like this time. And then I will be able to post. And as you can see in here, I'm in some deep shit because I want to add this in the eye. This is going to take me long. Finally finished. So this is the last post, the last version. It took me, well, my recording device is telling me it took me a bit less than an hour. That's okay, I guess. For example, my Daruma took me an hour and a half. So this took me a bit less than an hour. I will simply move the filter a bit because I'm not satisfied with it. So where is it though? This is right here. The thing is, my monokuma isn't a perfect circle. So I gotta... okay, right here. It should be good. And finally, now we got the final version. So let's crop it this way, I think. And then I will post. I don't remember what he say. Is it poo-hoo-hoo or something? Let me just look real quick. Okay, so apparently he literally say oop, 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 or something like this. So I'm going to write the same. So And then we got creative mode and out of day and French because that's my language. So I think it's ready to post now. It took me a long time, but now we can publish. And there we go, it is published. Let's not forget, if you guys didn't do it yet, fake share. I already did it because I did my comps. So yeah, I hope I was able to help you to know, to see the process I do. So always start with shapes. You will end with the line. Start with shapes. Don't hesitate to go over what you already did. For example, in the eye section, the base was black, I put red, and then I added black again. Don't hesitate to put the same colors over one another. We work with colors. No one cares about the line, we care about the shape and colors. Work with colored shape. That is my biggest advice for this post. Here I worked with brown shapes and then with white shapes under brown. Here I put the white skirt, then the brown. Same for here. And then as you can see, the black is after everything else. So don't forget to end with the line. So yeah, I hope I was able to help. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe and to come back for more. See you very soon. Bye bye.